What is going on there, everyone? Wow, we have got lots to talk about today. We are going to talk about, is the EV trade dead? We're going to take a look at some charts, going to look at some key levels in the charts. If you have anything you want us to look at in today's live show, go ahead, leave them in the comments, and we'll take a look at them. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. And we have a brand new all-time closing high, I believe, in almost every single index on the S&P 500. Brand new all-time closing high. How about that? Congratulations. Let's take a look a little bit at what happened today and what we can learn about it. And then we're going to take a look at the EV stocks. So we're going to take a look at Tesla, Workhorse, Nikola, and Solo, and look at, is that trade over, or is there still more to go? First off, let's take a look at the S&P 500. Notice this huge jump, huge gap up today as we jumped all the way up, and then we kind of had this big run today and then came back down and did set a brand new all-time closing high, but we finished the day about 5 points on the S&P 500 from where we started. Let's take a look at the daily chart just for a second. We did break above this previous candle from our last vaccine news. This is technically a breakout. Those of you who look at dojis and candlestick patterns, this could be a potentially scary candle, but it does depend on what the next day brings. So what I want to talk about today which most of you are probably wanting to tune in for, is what is going on with our EV trade, what is happening to all of them, and what is in store. So let's take a look at the big boy first as we take a look at the Tesla chart. Notice over here you will see some lines on my chart as I look at these as key levels that I have put in the chart. Let's go down just a little bit closer in time on the 30-minute. Tesla hit that 600, pulled back, is moving sideways, has completely respected this support in the 560, the 565 level. So as long as we kind of stay above that 560, the 565 level in Tesla, I don't think there's much to worry about. If we do start closing hourly below this, we could see this at 500, and then my next kind of line in the stand is at 440. So looking at Tesla, it's up and away. Nothing to see there, but there are some bigger movers. Let's take a look at Solo. Holy cow, if you were in Solo, as we have just completely collapsed. I know no one out there bought the top. No one bought it close to $14. Everyone was in here at $2 and $3 and wrote it up. But man, there are a lot of traders who have just gotten caught in this stock, as just last Friday we topped out just under 14. Now this stock has just gotten axed. We are down almost 50%. So is the trade over? Is it done? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. But at least I don't think you can argue with the fact the momentum has been taken out of it. Now, you do notice this line of my first line in the support here at 694. We kind of did test it today, and then we held on to it. So, we're not completely dead yet in Solo, as we are still holding these levels. The next one is down around 6. But if we don't get a V-shaped reversal from here, the momentum is completely gone, and we'll see if it comes back or not. But there are some, man, everybody's probably really holding on to this. And now this is the danger when you're trading. You get into a stock like this in Solo, and you ride it up, all of a sudden it comes back down, and what do you start doing? You start thinking, it's going to come back. I like Solo, EVs are fine, everything's good. Now, a lot of this happened over the last week. Oh, we're going to be completely fine. The next thing you know, you wake up and you're down 50%. Now, for this stock to go back up, if you're down 50%, it has to go back up another 100%. So you have to be careful. Take your stop losses when you can, because you can always get out of a stock. If you sell, that doesn't mean you can't get back in. So if you're in solo, we really need to kind of hold where we held today. And last line in the sand really is going to be the $6 level. And from there, we're going to, we're right back down to where we were, probably in the $3 range. Now let's take a look at Nikola. You can't. Sorry. Nikola just getting crushed after not getting the deal that they had anticipated with GM. They got some memorandum of understanding or something. But what is very interesting in the price action today, if you look over here, we kind of did hold this support that I have, which is at 1738 or so. Now you may think, wow, that's pretty good. You just drew that line on there today. Nope, let's see how far back out we have to go to get this line. This line has kind of been on the chart since May. And what do you know, we kind of held it today. So this is the second time of touching it. So if anyone wants to play Nikola, and you think that you may be getting to a point where you want to get in, you're a right in, right out kind of trade, this might be a good spot for you. But I will not be playing Nikola in any time in the future. Let's take a look at Workhorse. Workhorse actually looks a little bit better than the rest of these EV stocks, as we have this nice little rounded bottom. Now we're kind of making a pullback here to where we had previously tested. So if I'm going to set an alert here. If Workhorse starts to hold this is a support level, and we have the 20-day moving average moving in right around that 2350 level. So if Workhorse comes down to that 2350 level, I will start looking at potentially getting into it. Now let's see what else we have in store. Going back to let's go to Fastly. As you know, we're in here in Fastly and still holding our support, which also now lines up with this 20-day moving average right around 80. So a little bit of a downtick in here as well today, but we are holding that 80 support. So we are staying long in Fastly. Now we have to take a look at the Frog. Frog did come down a little bit today. But remember, my stop on Frog, this is a long term, is all the way down here at 55.56. So nothing really to do in Frog, as we'll just go ahead and keep it on the screen. Now let's take a look at one of the bigger movers today after having earnings. Zoom. Wow, what disappointing news. Down 15%. Everyone thought it was going to make this move up. Now we have an epic collapse as they get close to breaking this 400 level. What is in store for Zoom at this point? We have to wait and see what tomorrow brings and see if it confirms this candle or not. What are the key levels that I'm looking at in the spiders, the S&P 500, going into tomorrow's trading day? Tomorrow is Hump Day Wednesday. So the first one is going to be able to see if we keep above today's open, which was the 364.92. As long as we stay at or above that, nothing to see here. We start getting into this big gap, and if we close tomorrow below the gap, today's a gap up, that could be a significant reversal pattern. So if you're trading out there, good luck.
Game over.